Well, we have a lot to do, and it's probably going to be a lot of dialogue involved.
Oh, Adela.
Let's
What'd
hope
you
he
do?
knows what he's doing.
Oh gosh, he's doing it again. Come on, Jaspar.
That's beyond me.
You can do it.
100 times.
Yes, yes. 100 times Skyfire.
Magister's
All that
never
stuff.
change.
Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's go attend funerals and such. Hopefully. See where it is. Check on map actually. Because it might be like, there might be one right here. Meet Kali and the Curium. That sounds like a worthwhile thing. Oh, we can talk to him about the dispute though. Yes, dispute. Grandmaster! Happy to see. Hello, Tilo. I have come to converse with you.
Yes.
Let's see. I think we talked to him. Oh, there is his beautiful eyes. Hello, beautiful. I overheard your discussion with the ThisJester. How can she still not believe the threat is real after all we've learnt?
You know, I know Natara better than you might believe. And I know the reason for her untouchable demeanor. Fear. She's afraid of losing something important to her. Something that she helped to create, and that is the Order. You probably do not know this, but unlike most keepers, Natara was not born of the Sublime Path. Even more than us, she had to fight for her place here. And through immense willpower and discipline, she made it. Not only to become an ordinary keeper, but into the highest league.
Ah, that's why she probably hates us as well. So, in other words, the Order's all she has.
Correct. It is all she has ever lived for, and she's afraid that change will destroy it. Your admission into our ranks, our truce with Narazul's mages. She believes that my imprisonment made me into a fool whose only intent is to get his will. She does not realize that all that has happened burdens me as much as it burdens her. And that I would give a lot for her support, rather than this ridiculous bickering.
You seem to know an awful lot about ThisJester. How close exactly have you two been?
That's none of your concern, but I presume you have your assumptions.
Correct. You'd like someone to back you up, huh? That's the first time I've ever heard you say something like that.
Everybody needs someone to back them up from time to time. You know, as humans, we are not so different from animals as some try to make us believe. We are like wolves, and every pack needs a leader. Someone in front who is not afraid to make the hard calls. And this is who I am. I did not ask for it, but I will not fail. If my resolve weakens, the others will lose their courage, and I cannot let that happen. But that does not mean that I regret any of the decisions I have made. None of them.
Even when you let those two guards die? You don't regret that? I'll let you go back to sleep, unless you got other things to say. Are the seals working?
Yes. Koarek will not dare sending his troops straight against our walls. That would be tactical suicide. For now, we are safe.
Excellent.
However, the red madness is getting worse by the minute. The cleansing is closing in. I can feel it.
Not so good. What do you think about the Har ones now? what we know what they really are. Now that we know what they really are.
The same I thought before. They are our enemies, and they want to destroy us. I do not care about their motives, even though I have to admit that knowing their true nature is a disquieting thought. An entity created from the collective consciousness of a civilization. Something like that should not be allowed to exist.
It's got a point. You were in prison for a very long time, weren't you? 30 years?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Did you ever drop the soap? Can't imagine 30 years of imprisonment. Let's try that again, shall we? I can't imagine 30 years of imprisonment didn't leave any scars.
They did. What are you getting at?
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. You want me to trust your leadership? It's only fair that I learn more about you as a person.
A fair point. But in the future, just be upfront. I do not like such veiled remarks.
Okay.
So, yes, my time in the prison was harsh. The hunger, the degradation, to name the most obvious. The worst, however, was the isolation. Ironically enough, that was the last thing I had expected, you know. From all the suffering there is, it seems so banal. But it isn't. You either find ways to cope with it, or it breaks you. Fortunately, I managed to do the former. For me, it was memories of the time before my incarceration, the prospect of what would come after it. They were my window into the outer world, so to speak. They reminded me that I was more than this deprived creature I had become in those dungeons.
Figures. How did it feel to be free again?
Strange. Everything seemed too bright, too unreal. I especially felt that in the cloister with Narazul's mages. I had difficulty talking to other people, and whenever I did, it felt as if the others were like wax figures. Like some cruel joke put in front of my eyes in order to mock me.
What's it like now?
Better. Our mission, my responsibility here as a leader, it has helped me to find my way back into the real world.
Actually, I'm surprised you went straight back to the Order after all that's happened. That's a lot of responsibility to take on after such trauma.
What would have been the alternative? A life as a fisherman? If the things I had to live through taught me one thing, then it was how important it is for me to be right here, right now, doing what I do. In fact, this is precisely what is missing in the world. People who do not let the whims of fate break their resolve. Now, enough of this. We have business to attend to.
Do we, though? You're just gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna go talk to other people. Who has more pressing business? Riddle me this, Grandmaster. Talia? Okay, so the Curium's a hospital of some description. Gotcha. I just saw a lot of blood and I got a bit concerned, but I don't see Kalia here per se. Where are you, Kalia? Let's see, we missed the turn. We meant to turn left. Yeah. And then open the door, close it. Oh damn. I'm gonna say, are we alone? You look mighty sad, my darling. Look kind of hurt as well. Unless that's just your pose.
Saira, what are you doing here?
I just wanted to check on you. How's the injury doing? Oh yeah, you got injured, didn't you? Oh.
Better. Thanks for asking. I suppose it looked worse than it actually ended up being.
We'll soon start the mission to head into the City of the Thousand Floods. I just wanted to say goodbye.
I see. I don't think this is the end, though. I will be back on my feet again in a couple of hours and will help defend the temple. Nothing is worse than lying around like this. Just find the Numinos for us, Saira. That is all that matters.
That was a very short conversation. Keep it soon, Kalia. I'll see you back on the front lines soon. I don't think I closed those doors. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Right, last but not least is the funeral. Probably the most important part of all this.
Ah, there you are. Did... Find it?
Yes, here. But be careful, okay? Magister Ragon will have us flayed alive if you lose it.
I will, don't worry. Did you hear the news? This guy, who's been wandering around the temple most recently? Lucar told me the Grandmaster believes he could help find a cure for this red madness.
The Red Madness? You mean...
Magister Yarrow, yes.
By Malthus, did you really need to remind me of that?
Well, it doesn't help to just close our eyes and pretend nothing ever happened. Even the Arcanists say this is not an ordinary disease. But still, I think they're holding back. They'd never trust us novices with the full truth, you know. I guess we're not as good as this Outlander or Keeper Sakaresh.
Probably not. Anyway, take care of that tome, alright?
I will. Walk blessed, brother. Ah, there you are.
They have such an interesting courting ritual. Hey, girl, remember me?
My Sir de Luna,
Hi.
and I fell for it.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
Where is this?
seems the Grandmaster is craving.
What? Wait, hang on. Oh, I'm taking the long route, right.
So who am I
Fair
to
enough.
question his judgment?
We're here. We're queer. And we're
You're a
looking for
foreigner,
funeral.
aren't you?
Yes.
Couldn't have picked a better time to come to Enderal. Recently, the Order has started to let pathless ones and people from the Undercity become keepers.
Really?
So much for tradition and values.
The Undercity. It's amazing. Yeah, I recognize these. Freaking daisies. Asshole plants. They grow everywhere, but when I try and plant them, no. They get upset and die. Hey guys, I'm here. Can start.
And so the circle closes, as it does for these 3 virtuous souls we are mourning today. But fear not, for they gave their life for a just cause, for the greater good, and will thus be walking on the endless paths forever, together with our Lord Malthus. Magistra Jaela,
Wait,
keeper of
I think
the
I know
third
you.
sigil and master
Shush.
You helped the Grandmaster crush those narratives of
Stalwyn
the
Willow
Harvard,
Song,
didn't you?
keeper of the first
I can't
sigil,
believe that actually happened.
and Legion Lightman Novice. May the Lord receive your souls today and grant you that you may walk the paths for eternity.
Oh, just shut up, won't you? As if you believe any of this yourself.
Keeper, you...
Malthus is dead. Our Lord is dead. And if even he could not last through the ages, how is he supposed to lead us along the eternal paths? A dead god?
Take her away.
Yes, just go on. Close your eyes and pretend that none of this is happening. It's what you've always been good at. The cleansing is our punishment, don't you see? The punishment because we failed the Lightborn. That we let someone kill them. And the Hive Ones will take us all. Do you hear me? They will take us all.
Keep going.
But...
Keep going.
Magistra Jaela, keeper of the third sigil and master of the archives. Stalwyn Willow Song, keeper of the first sigil. And Legion Lightman Novice. May the Lord receive your souls today and grant you that you may walk the paths for eternity.
Done. It looks like the keepers are losing faith now as well. Hello! You're a keeper. I thought you were someone special. You're also a keeper.
Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you?
Knowledge! I'm an outlander. Could you explain to me what this path really is?
What it is? Now that's quite the question you're asking there. But fine, why not? The path is two things. For one, it is the name of holy writing that encompasses both the revelation of the Lightborn after the fall of the Eterna King Azataron, and the journey of the first vassals to Enderal, who founded this country under Malphas's guidance. It also tells us the virtue of the path, the ideals by which every Endralean should live, which is the only way to salvation.
Oh my gosh. A holy calling?
Yes. Only a people united in flesh and spirit shall prevail throughout the ages. Verse 39. There's the path of the manufacturers, whose hard work provides for the iron and food of our people. Then there's the path of the erudites, who follow professions that require higher knowledge, such as scribery and alchemy.
I just don't see that.
And then there are the sublime, who were born to lead our country. Within one's path, a person is free to choose, but to cross those borders is almost always blasphemy.
Almost always?
There are exceptions in which a soul's destiny unveils only later in its life. For example, there was Laura Mortarblade, who was born to the manufacturer's path, but who became one of the most fabled keepers of Enderal. But they are what they are, exceptions.
The Revelation of the Lightborn.
Yes. Now don't tell me you've never heard of that before. It is recounted the same way in the entire civilized world. It was the Lightborn who saved this world from the chaos it fell into after Azataron's death.
The journey of the first vassals?
Yes. Enderal was, other than countries such as Nerim, Kira, or wherever you come from, an uncharted land. It was Malphas himself who showed a young couple, Selna and Keteron, and their followers the way to Enderal. But it would take far too long to recite that entire tale, and I doubt you have that much time. If you are interested in their journey, I suggest you read The Path. It is good for the soul anyway, even for an outlander.
I see. Thank you for your explanations.
You are welcome, child. Walk blessed.
Didn't see a proc for the knowledge thing. I'm pretty sure I never talked to you about that, but anyway, maybe we have, and that's a nice refresher on what that was. Okay, so all we have to do now is essentially wet it up. We can't really do anything else right now. Oh, I suppose we can try and track down the last myth. I don't know where that would be. Read all the books of Ark, of course. But I'm kind of wanting to do the wishing wells and figure out what the heck they are. Ugh.
Some shifts.
So, do I have for the wishing well at least? Wishing well with the powdered desert. What are you again? See, that's definitely a statue. It has to be a statue, and I'm sure where a statue is exactly. A lot of blueprints, evidently. I dumped the other one because that one didn't really work. Supposedly we got the other wishing wells too, unless they just all popped up when I found one. We need to do Sun Coast, Digger's Hollow, I'm not sure where the heck that is, and the Powdered Desert. A lot of effort for what might be minuscule rewards, but well, there's no time like the pleasant. Yes.
You helped the Grandmaster crush those Naramese bastards
I
of the
did.
Harbor Gate, didn't you?
Yes, thank you. Goodbye, sir.